Hi, Maran. Katu here from Smooth Life.
Katu, yes.
Thank you. Hi, Hlubi. Thank you for your energetic presentation. I just feel that in South Africa, we all need to take responsibility for job creation. And I'd love to see the creative industry more like on TV. Can't the soapies use our product? Like in the morning, if you guys are having a breakfast, can't you have our product there, like in your kitchens, just to get our names out there? I mean, we can't afford to pay for the advertisements. Can't the creative industry maybe just say, you know what, we also need to do to help small businesses. We're going to have our products in display in our kitchens. I feel like, I'd love to see my bottle. Unfortunately, I drank my juice. Stock. I mean, can't you guys just have my bottle there? Drink it, get my name out there. I mean, it's our responsibility. You help me. I also gonna, create jobs in return. Thank you.
Sorry, Hlubi, just before you answer that, can I just rephrase your question, right? Because I think this question has come up quite a lot in terms of how do you get products and the TV industry and film and television industry involved. I think if we understood how to engage with that particular industry, because this question comes up from fashion designers, and Smooth K is making a very relevant point. You know, if we are seeing all of these locally made products in our TV screens and stuff like that, then we will actually start changing the narrative about African-made products. So how do people get in if you're not an actor, or you're not necessarily, the direct value chain of a film crew, of a film or a television production? How do you get your product into that space?
Yes. Just to add up, just one last thing. Sorry. Like what I offered Vusi yesterday, Hlubi, you are welcome to products. I've got 3 products, carrot and beetroot. You shout, I deliver.
Beautiful. And I'm a bit of a fitness freak, so already yummy.
Target market. Thank you.
Yummy. Just, I'm not a studio head. I don't run Mnet and SABC, blah, blah, Prime Media, Booty. But let me tell you something. Big corporates have got no fear. Or they don't care about, oh my God, what is ECD going to think if we come to them and say, listen, put the Omo there for my Agnes to use and stuff like that. So why, Tina, as startups and as SMEs, Sisaboyika or SABC, you know what I mean? I think that I believe in what we're trying to do as startups and SMEs. And that's why I'm so proud, as hard as it is to be an entrepreneur, because it's exactly that. And no government is going to do that for us, is going to create it, especially post-COVID, Puti. No government is going to be on some, listen, the lack of employment, it's on us. No, we're going to have to do it. So the best thing for me, I'm not afraid of rejection. And as an actor, I go to auditions, I get rejected all the time. And as entrepreneurs, we must know that is part of, we asked for that becoming an entrepreneur. Rejection is part of the journey, it's part of the business, it's who we are. But it's about being resilient to that. So if you want Umuvango or Isibaya to be showcasing your juice, because I've got personal trainers who they say to generations, because they saw that generations as a gym. And they're like, listen, let me come and be on film sets, and let me be a personal trainer, actor, and that happened to them. So it's basically you just taking the opportunity, and if it's a no, it's a no. We're used to no's as entrepreneurs, and write specifically to that soapy that you want and saying, this is the deal, But obviously you've got to be cognizant that it's got to make business sense to them. Like your juice is obviously a health product, so in the storyline must be a health storyline. Do you know what I mean? So you've got to also be realistic about your target soapy or your target program, that you want to represent your product.
So what I'm hearing is shoot your shots. Like really don't tip around this thing, because and Smooth K, you have been brilliant, my guy. I'm seeing even in the comments in the chat box, people are commending you. You have taken up every opportunity to speak about your product, one. And two, you have not hesitated to say to the next person, can I make sure that you get your product, my product in your hands? So good job for you. I don't think rejection is a problem in your life. With a name like Smooth K, I'm sure like Obakrima, before you even started.
Sorry, Marang. I just wanted to make a point and allude to what Hlubi said or advised. And thank you very much for taking that direction, Hlubi. And Katu, Mr. Smooth Guy, or Smooth K. Smooth K. Now, listen, I'm taking you to task, Katu. What Hlubi advised, I recommend you put it to work. Either next week or whenever you can, start reaching out to the production houses or whoever. My point is, in the next 4 weeks, I want to hear your report. You know, I mean, you have my email. We've been engaging a lot. So I want to hear, I would love a feedback from you, Katu, in the next 4 weeks to 6 or 8 weeks, thereabout, on the outcome of your outreach to the production houses. Thank you very much.
Awesome. What happened to Lauren? She disappeared. Maybe she'll put her hand up again. Amanda, you've got your hand raised. What's your question?
To you is basically, as a woman of many talents and interests, how do you sort of like broaden down and like focus? Like, how do you know what to find and which time? Because like, if you have many talents and interests, you're more prone to think about many innovative ideas and stuff. So how do you sort of like broaden it down and sort of like, you know, tone things down and try and focus on like specific things? Because I'm kind of having problems with that.
The work-life balance that is in imbalance.
It's just loving too many things and having too many interests and just not knowing what to focus on.
That's a beautiful question. Can I take that, Marang?
Yeah, sure.
As I said, Amanda, as I said, you know what? All the things that I do, and people have said, Hlubi, you've got a lot of fingers and a lot of pies, and I agree with that. Number one, as I said with Sam earlier, everything that I do connects to each other. So if I'm at Sunshine Cinema, which is a solo mobile cinema, we have to think about money. We have to think about people. We have to think about access. We have to think about education. When I'm talking about Moreba, it all flows within each other. Nothing is separate. I don't do things separately, number one. Number two, I'm a serious, articulate planner. Everybody's got 24 hours. And no, there are things that I do. I'm still studying. I've got a husband. I want to have babies. We all have 24 hours. So something is going to give. And mothers, for those of you who've got kids, have told me, Hlubi, something is going to have kids when the babas are here. And I understand that. But it's about management, not only of your time, but of your energy. And that's what I've learned with COVID. And one of the things that I want to leave you with, which is one of my closing statements, Marang and Sam, is that management of your energy is everything to me. And that's why I believe that if you want to change our narrative, y'all, if you want to rebuild Africa, we cannot do it exhausted. We cannot do it. We cannot do it half tuned in. So by managing your energy, you're managing and articulating your daily planning and your daily time, which is so important. And the things that you need to focus on have to be in alignment. Mina, the grind culture, I was a big fan of that up until COVID hit. COVID taught me to slow down and focus on the things that need my attention and that I'm aligned to. And this race that we're all trying to get at as entrepreneurs, we're not going to make it. And Mina, I want you to make it. I need you to make it. Because the only way we're going to go into 2021 is not by me, by myself, Marang by herself, and Sam by herself. We're going to do it together. And I need you to be there present, fully present, but at the cost of your love for what you do and being in alignment, not the cost of your family, not the cost of your children, not the cost of you losing friends, not the cost of you being exhausted and burnt out. And by Funmi, now people like that on my team. Manage your energy, manage your time.
Okay, and in the interest of managing the event time, I'm going to take 2 last questions. Hlubi, if you can humor me for that. We are just slightly over the 11 o'clock scheduled time to end. So if you can humor me with just 2 more questions and then we can close off. Is that fine?
Beautiful.
Awesome. Sandra, your question. You're back, Sandra! I hope you got the time to prep your pitch.
I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. Morning, everyone.
Morning.
I hope you are all good. Sure. Thank you for the powerful talk, Sis Hlubi. The tips that you gave us for the pitch, the tips that you gave us for when you just have a busy life that you can determine your own life. I love it. I love it. And I just have a question with regards to social entrepreneurship, which is something that you mentioned is something that you focus on. And it's the space that I'm in. And when it comes to like pitching and actually pursuing the social entrepreneurship side of things, when you share with investors and want to package the value that you are going to add, How can one go about it to show that there is actually a benefit, a financial benefit, because obviously investors want a return. But with social entrepreneurship, we also address the social ills in the community, yet sometimes they're not necessarily like non-profit organizations, and it is entrepreneurship. There is profit that will be created, there is value that will be added. But now how can I go about then packaging that to show an investor that there is value, and as much as this is social business, but it is entrepreneurship and we are all about the business as well. I hope I'm being clear.
I get you, my love. And listen, you are spot on. So listen, I'm not saying, I don't give tips about pitching if I don't actively pitch. I've got a pitch on the 1st of December. And you know what? So you've got a briefing about, you know, where you're going to go if you've got that privilege when you go to a pitch session, and you do at 67, because Sam is doing that right here, right now for you. So the pitcher said to me, and listen to this, my fellow social entrepreneur, scale of impact, son. Impact, that is your value proposition. So with social entrepreneurs, obviously we're there of value. Obviously we're there to make a difference, but your scale of impact. So think about your business model and how you are going to hone in on the scale of impact. And also, you have to be innovative as social entrepreneurs. It's so easy to fall into the trap of, we're social entrepreneurs, we're making a difference, we're doing good, we're adding value. But innovation, whatever you're trying to do, Sissy, try to do something so different that nobody has actually done that yet. You know that you are a leader in whatever social entrepreneurship business that you have, that you thought about things something differently. Do you understand what I'm trying to say, Sissy? And it's and no shame in saying in a pitch, listen, this is where I'm at. I do not have all the answers yet, but I know the scale of impact that I want to have. And this is what I'm thinking of doing. Being ingenious is what sharks or judges love. But obviously your business model has got to be able to support and validate that. So before I go into the pitch on the 1st, I just had to have a little bit of wiggle room in the business model. But okay, it's solar mobile. So obviously we're unique in that sense. But our impact, how we're going to generate impact, how we're going to leave something behind after your business has left, or after your sustainability, Nana. What are you going to leave for the people once your business is out of that environment? Do you understand that?
Makes sense.
And that is thinking, just, you know what I mean? Sometimes I think we overthink it and overshoot the shot. but you just have to backtrack back. And I think about being a leader means that you're very reflective about the work that you do. You have to be reflective about the work that you do. That's the only way that you can take constructive criticism, Siswam, who did a beautiful pitch, and move and progress and grow in your business.
Sure. Yeah, no, it makes sense. It's the best answer I've got for that question because I've been asking it, but it makes sense. Thank you so much.
Sissy, I'm only telling you of my preparation because I'm preparing to pitch on the 1st of December. And those are the things I'm telling to myself and my team. Mm-hmm. So I'm walking the talk, Mama.
Marang,
thank you so much.
Marang, if you allow me for a few seconds just to add to what Hlubi said. Scale of impact can never be overemphasized when it comes to social entrepreneurship.
Yes.
And as she articulately said that, I am a testimony to that statement. And I have my version of that same statement, that money follows impact. If you, in social entrepreneurship, if you can articulate and demonstrate your impact or your scale of impact, people are going to support you financially. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Sandra?
Yes, ma'am.
To simplify how you are going to even tell people your scale of impact, if you can show people, when they say follow the money. So if you can show an investor that if you spend 10 Rand on me, this is how far your 10 Rand is going to grow. So what people make the mistake of saying in a pitch is just saying, give me 10 Rand so that I can feed 100 people. But you're not saying, give me 10 Rand so I can feed 100 people so that they don't have to worry about hunger and can instead spend their time and energy focusing on their education, right? In order for them to grow their livelihoods or improve their standards of living. So you have to go right to the end of that 10 Rand. How far is this 10 Rand going to stretch? Don't make the mistake of just saying, give me 10 Rand so I can feed 100. I can feed 100, but the 100 is going to then be able to do something else. And this is going to influence the next thing. And this is the next thing until the full stop. So do not stop at just give me 10 Rand to feed 100 people. Please, I beg you.
Noted.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Right. Last person. Refilwe. Let's go with you as the last person.
Yes.
The rest of you are going to have to find Hlubi on social media to ask her more questions. She is not shy to respond to people when she gets to you. When she gets to you, so don't expect immediate response, but she will get to you and respond to you. She's very kind and helpful in that manner, accessible in that manner. Refilwe?
And also give me feedback about the session, everybody. Tell me how it was.
Of course.
And also, ask Hlubi, it will be nice to be followed by you. Hey. My question basically is, how does one tap into the African market? So I'm doing branding, so I want to help startups in South Africa, but most importantly, I want to go to like Kenya and Nigeria and get the startups there. How does one get into that industry? I've tried social media and going to network sessions, but it still doesn't like give you like, how do I get hold of the startups in African countries?
Beautiful. So I've got ambassador and I'm a fellow lioness of Africa. They're called Lionesses of Africa. And it's a 1 million plus, listen to this, girl. It's a 1 million plus network of African women entrepreneurs across the continent. Now, what I do as the ambassador, I hold networking sessions all across Southern Africa. But obviously the network, and it's about trade that I was talking about. It's about networking. It's about life skills, business skills, funding, access, mentorship, digital information and resources delivered at scale for free. My favorite words of all time. For free, y'all. So, Nana, it's Lionesses of Africa. Go to their website, lionessesofafrica.com, on social media, and you must join and be part of the community. I promise you, you'll come back to me and said, I found what I was looking for. And she's sitting there in Senegal, and we've connected. So it's Lionesses of Africa on Facebook and on Twitter, and you go to the website. Register, become a community member, You will not regret it. So we've also got a platform for the other women entrepreneurs who are listening right now called Lioness Business Unusual. And it's exactly to navigate these tough times of COVID on this platform called Lioness Business Unusual. So go to Lionesses of Africa. You'll not regret that.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Look, quite a few of us that are on this, that are participating in this session, that are part of Lionesses of Africa. I've seen Masana is here.
Yes.
Tau, who spoke earlier from Catwalk Lodge. I don't know if Chef Naledi is still part of the audience, but we are part of this thing, and we keep really. It is a supportive network. You call a friend when days are dark. You're calling a friend because you need assistance with putting together a business proposal or something in your business. You are really going to leverage on that network. Again, it is about taking your shot and going out there and putting yourself out there, not fearing that rejection. All right. Hlubi, from the bottom of my heart in particular, thank you for energizing me. Like, you have zapped me with the go-to for the day. Like, I always think I'm energetic in the mornings, but then if I ever bump into you, I'm just like, oh Lord, she outshines me again. But I really do appreciate your time and the insights that you have shared with us. Reading from the comments here, people are excited. They're so energized. I'm getting goose flesh up and down my skin because of the excitement that I'm feeling myself. I'm going to hand over to, in fact, you had some parting shots that you wanted to say, but I'm going to hand over to you and Sam just to close us off.
I love you, Marang.
And then before we just end this off, I love you too.
I love you, Marang, and I can't wait for us to money monopoly here again.
Yes, we must do that. I'll put a session
together. Love you, honey. Love your work.
Love you too. Thank you.
Your parting shot, Sis Hlubi.
I had a wonderful time. Thank you so much for a wonderful opportunity. I'm always, guys, for all of you who don't know, I'm always hunting Sam down. I'm like, when is 67 CEOs? Like, damn, WhatsApp, and I'm liking all the stuff. I'm like, when you're going to call me? When you're going to pop me an email? I follow him like a puppy. So thank you once again, 67 CEOs. I believe in what you're trying to do. And thank you so much, Sam, for being walking in your honor, in what you do. And, just always being so calm and cool, because sometimes they're papa, just being calm and cool and being that solid rock that we can all come to. But honestly, and from the bottom of my heart, I want to say this, and I'm going to repeat this. We all want what we want, especially as entrepreneurs. We've got our big dreams. We've got our small dreams. We come with our families. We're complex human beings. But please, for yourselves, do this for me. And I realized this in the past 6 months. We are of no good to ourselves and what we're trying to do if we are burnt out, if we are exhausted, if we are mentally not healthy, if we are spiritually not okay, if we are not present, if we are not tuned in, and if we are not aligned. Never in my life. I'm a hard worker. We all are hard workers here. I've got a very strong work ethic. But COVID, and I believe this is the purpose, the lessons learned in all this chaos, there's lessons learned. And it's taught us just to slow down just a notch and really align ourselves. And not just go for it because of the grind and the hustle, the Johannesburg or the Gauteng, or, just take it down a notch and start reflecting more and start aligning yourself instead of just hustling and grinding it. To work to death, to work until you drop dead, that's not normal. It is not normal. I believe that we can still achieve our dreams by just taking a breather every now and again and starting with our spiritual and our health, our families, and our mental space. I promise you, let me tell you this. I'm in this for the long haul, and I repeat myself with authority. I don't want to create a new Africa exhausted and not fully present and not tuned in and numb. I want to create it with strategy, with focus, with deliberation, with collaboration, with dedication and commitment of an energized spirits. And I can't do that alone. And I need you there with me. We're in this for the long haul. And I need you there showing up at your best. So thank you very much for an awesome opportunity. I really hope that I'm leaving you with something worthy and of value than the person that you arrived coming into the session. And hit me up on Twitter. I'm at Hlubi Mboya. On Instagram, I'm Renegade, obviously, at Hlubi Mboya 1. On LinkedIn, I'm Hlubi Mboya Arnold. And on Facebook, I'm Hlubi Mboya. I love you. Mwah. And God bless. Mwah.
Thank you.
Powering for possibility, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.